A mad tea party. Alice, a little girl, is bored and she follows a rabbit. While running, she falls into a rabbit hole and enters a strange world. She comes across a house with chimneys shaped like ears. The house belongs to the March Hare. Alice joins the March Hare for tea. There was a table set out under a tree in front of the March Hare's house, and the March Hare and the Hatter were having tea at it. A dormouse was sitting between them, fast asleep, and the other two were using it as a cushion, resting their elbows on it and talking over its head. The table was a large one, but the three were all crowded together at one corner of it. Alice sat down in a large armchair at one end of the table.
"Your hair wants cutting,"
said the Hatter.
"You should learn not to make personal remarks,"
Alice said.
"It's very rude."
The Hatter opened his eyes very wide on hearing this, but all he said was,
"Why is a raven like a writing desk?"
"I believe I can guess that,"
Alice said.
"Do you mean that you think you can find out the answer to it?"
said the March Hare.
"Exactly so,"
said Alice. She thought over all she could remember about ravens and writing desks.
"What day of the month is it?"
the Hatter said, turning to Alice. He had taken his watch out of his pocket and was looking at it uneasily, shaking it every now and then and holding it to his ear. Alice said,
"The 4th.
2 days wrong,"
sighed the Hatter.
"I told you butter wouldn't suit the works,"
he added, looking angrily at the March Hare.
"It was the best butter,"
The March Hare meekly replied.
"Yes, but some crumbs must have got in as well."
The Hatter grumbled.
"You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife."
The March Hare took the watch and looked at it gloomily. Then he dipped it into his cup of tea and looked at it again. But he could think of nothing better to say than his first remark.
"It was the best butter, you know." "What a funny watch,"
Alice remarked.
"It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what o'clock it is."
"Why should it?"
muttered the Hatter.
"Does your watch tell you what year it is?"
"Of course not,"
Alice replied.
"but that's because it stays the same year for such a long time together."
"Which is just the case with mine,"
said the Hatter.
"I don't quite understand you,"
Alice said.
"Have you guessed the riddle yet?"
The Hatter said to Alice.
"No, I give it up."
Alice replied.
"What's the answer?"
"I haven't the slightest idea,"
said the Hatter. Alice sighed.
"I think you might do something better with the time,"
she said,
"than waste it in asking riddles that have no answers."
"If you knew time as well as I do,"
said the Hatter,
"you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him."
"I don't know what you mean,"
said Alice.
"Of course you don't,"
the Hatter said.
"I dare say you never even spoke to time."
"Perhaps not,"
Alice cautiously replied.
"but I know I have to beat time when I learn music."
"Ah, that accounts for it,"
said the Hatter.
"He won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clock. Suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner."
"That would be grand, certainly,"
said Alice thoughtfully.
"but then I shouldn't be hungry for it, you know."
"Not at first, perhaps,"
said the Hatter.
"but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you liked."
"Is that the way you manage?"
Alice asked. The Hatter shook his head mournfully.
"We quarrelled last March, and ever since that."
The Hatter went on in a mournful tone.
"He won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now."
"Is that the reason so many tea things are put out here?"
Alice asked.
"Yes, that's it.
Said the Hatter with a sigh.
It's always tea time, and we have no time to wash the things between whiles."